everyone. My name is Katie, and welcome to the Greenland Quilter channel. And hello, may the fourth be with you today. That's why my strange title on my live for today. Uh-oh. Hang on. We have sound. May the fourth be with you today. Anyway, I crack myself up sometimes. Anyway, I had fun making that little thumbnail. I thought it had I've been trying to mess around a little bit with some of my little thumbnails, and so I thought I would be funny today and say, may the unboxing be with you today. Okay, so I have Teresa here with me today. She's going to sew with me here in a little bit. But to start out with, I am going to spend the first few minutes doing unbox or happy mail. Do you want to say hi before I start, Teresa?
Oh, sure. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. And I'm looking forward to seeing what Katie has because I love to watch unboxings.
Yep, very exciting because I have 4 packages to show you guys. And so I'm probably going to see we'll see which camera it looks better in. I'm going to turn an additional light on, which is going to make my eyes hurt. Okay, got that done. All right. And let me say hello real quick to those that's sitting in the chat. We've got Sewing Wolf, who's in here first. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Happy again. It's good to see you. She's number 2. Janet came in on 3rd. Welcome, welcome. And hello, Lynn. And yep, I don't know who else is hiding in here. Hey, Linda. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you guys. Oh, got to watch out people's addresses. Wait, not worried about my address. Okay, so the first one came from Jess. I guess it's okay to say. I didn't think to ask her. Anyway, she sent me a little something I discovered when I was working on my Stitch It, Jolly Bar, Fat Quarter Shop, Jolly Bar 5 quilt along thing that I've been working on, that I'm going to run out of my yardage, meaning that I won't have enough left over for a border to go around it, which is supposed to have a border. And so she sent me what she had of Callie and Co. And so I'm gonna show you what she sent. She sent a couple things.
Yeah, it's nice of her.
Yeah. So let me pull this out. She sent other things too. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you each one. I don't know if y'all remember that she went to Road to California, and when she came back, she showed me what she picked up from Road to California, and some of I think this might be a fat quarter. It is a fat quarter. Anyway, I want you to check this out. It has 30 years of Road to California on it.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
So there's that color, this turquoise. And then she also picked up a purple one with the same logo on it, Road California. And these are Batiks.
Ooh, that's pretty.
And these 2 colors actually can work together. Let me put them where you can see both of them together. Yeah, see, they can work together. So absolutely. It was really sweet of her to think of me when she saw these. She said they saw quite a bit of Batiks while they was there. And there's a lady that I had met her in, I went to a quilting show in Sacramento, California, and she was selling African Batiks. And my goodness, the talent of the Batiks. Okay.
Oh, I would like to see that.
Yeah, the Batiks are pretty cool. She also sent me, this is a tone on tone white. Let me put it up to this camera so you can see. I think you'll be able to see the spots on here. Yep, see? So she sent me a little bit of that.
Oh, nice.
Yep. And then this is, I'm not, wow, this has got to be more than a yard. Wow, there's quite a bit here. Okay, so this is from the Callie & Co. fabric line. And so she sent this so I could use it as my border on the outside. So this is what it looks like. It's a pretty blue.
Ooh,
And so
that's
that's
pretty.
what I'll use as a border. It looks to me like there's at least a couple yards here. There is a couple yards here. Yep. There's about 2 yards here. Thank you, Jess, for this little care package you sent me. Because basically I've been looking all over the place for some yardage of, I was going to get the white like what I use for my background, and I couldn't find any of it because I bought the print I bought is small. Okay, so this is from Jess. This along with the Batiks, the tone on tone white. That's what came in this little package.
Okay, we have Robin came in. Hello. Jean came in, and Ace came in. And Cindy, Geraldine.
Oh my God. Hey, Geraldine, it's been a minute. Hey, Ace, welcome, welcome. It's good to see all y'all. Teresa done said hi to y'all. Okay, here's my next one. This one is from my Cotton Cuts Platinum subscription box. We've had many discussions about my subscription box through Cotton Cuts. I originally started out with the classic box, and then about a year ago, Cotton Cuts came up with a new type of subscription where it's called the Platinum. And basically, every month you get an email saying, and it lists what fabric lines are going to be in each of their subscription boxes, which would be Modern Maker, Classic Box, Java, and also Chrome. And you can switch between them. And the Chrome is thread. Hey, Maria. So I chose to do Java for this month. And so let's unbox this.
Oh, nice.
All the links for all the things you see in the unboxing tonight, for most of it, is in my description box, including the subscription for if you decide you want to try a test run a subscription box. The price for this is around $35, and you get 12 fat quarters, a lanyard, or if you sign up for Platinum, when you get the Java box, you'll see what you'll get. You'll get 2 extra things besides the 12. So for 12 fat quarters plus a couple little extras, it's really not it's affordable price. Now I have to pay a little extra because I have my overseas shipping is a little more expensive, but if you're in the United States, it's very affordable. Let's go ahead and open this. And the first thing you'll find in this box is they always put cards in this box, and it usually, one of these usually it'll have a little saying. So this one says, so many ideas, so little time. And on the back side of this, I'm going to cover up the code. You get a choice to pick one of the 2 quilt freebie patterns. I need to turn this light off for a minute. It's causing a glare. Okay. So you can either choose this one or this one, and there's a code. I don't know if you can tell what this looks like or not. Hang on a second. Let me try that. But yeah, this camera's having trouble with this card. Oh, here we go. Can you see both of them, or do I need to move it over a little?
Move it over a little. To the other way.
The other way?
Yeah. There, right there.
Okay, so that you get a choice of one of those 2 patterns. So that's
Nice.
part of what comes in the box. Then you also get, this is April's Cotton Cuts Color Challenge block of the month that you can sew. You can make the block from fabric. You can also color the back. And then you take pictures of both, or whichever you decide to do. And then all you have to do is upload it into the Facebook group called Cotton Cuts Fabric Group, or go to Instagram. You can do it there. And you need to make sure you put the hashtag CC Color Challenge, all one word. And you can win prizes from entering your color card. And if you're sewing the block, and that's a nice block, look at the color.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the next thing that's in here is pencils, a pencil, and this one says progress, not perfection. And so every time you get a Java box, you get a pencil. Now, if it's like the classic cut box, a lot of times it'll be some lanyard. It could be anything from a pencil to a sticker, or there's all kinds of things they give it, tape measures. This come in here. And then you also get with this box, and this one's purple. This is a spool of Aurifil 50 weight thread. And the number on this one is 2545. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out this Java bundle. And these Javas come pre-packed like this, looking like a star. And this is the Hoffman Bali Batik Club. And this one's called April Showers. Okay, so I need scissors to cut this. Lynn says, I may look into a fabric box, maybe alternate between fabric and thread. Yeah, and if you do, because you've seen this through me, make sure you mention the Greenland Quilter Katie. There's a little box where you can write in, and you can tell them that you heard it from me. I'm not going to get anything, but it'll just let them know that, you know, I say something about their stuff all the time, because I was a ambassador for the Modern Maker box, but I think we're done with doing that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these up to the, let's see here. Okay, because I'm hoping you'll get better lighting here. Let me spotlight this camera. All right, so we have this color right here. And then we have this purple. More purple.
Oh, nice.
And some more purple. And then we have a different design, white with purple. This looks like almost a complete purple bundle almost.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Yep. This is like a bluish color. See the butterflies?
Yeah, that one's pretty. They're all pretty, but
they're very pretty. The flowers. And then this last one, I always find every now and then you'll see where they get creative here, mixing the colors a little bit and doing a design. I think this is pretty.
Yeah,
this would make great backing, I think, if you wanted to go that route. Okay, so there is 12 fat quarter bundles here. I'm gonna surprise you guys, because if and when we get into my craft room, I'm gonna make a shelf where I can put all of these triangles, stand them up like this. Hang on, I'll show you what I'm talking about, because I haven't opened any of them. I've been saving them for the last year, almost a year, not quite a year yet. But I'm gonna stack them up where all you see is this. I think it would look cool, so you can see the variety of batiks and how the colors change each year as well. And you know, for an entire year, you get to see a wide range of color. So that's what it would look like if you were looking at it. So it's a really pretty, yeah, it's a very pretty bundle. So this is Hoffman's Bali Batik Club, and you get thread, pencil, a free quilt pattern, and that is the whole box. And like I said, this is through the platinum, but you can, if you don't want to do platinum, you can just do the Java subscription. So they have a Java subscription, classic cut box, modern maker box, and then the chroma, which is the thread. So, But if you do the platinum, you can rotate between each of them so that you have a variety instead of just um, one specific subscription. You basically are getting to experience any of them if you want to do that. And every month you get an email and it asks you to choose which one you want to do for that month. And if you forget about the email and you don't do it, then whatever you chose the month before is what you'll get the month that you're supposed to be choosing. Meaning that if you were doing a Java box for March and you forgot to do the email, then April's would be a Java box. And it works the same way back and forth. Hey there, John. What's up? All right, now we're going to move over to a Fat Quarter Shop box. What do you think about that? Wasn't that cool?
Yeah, that was really pretty. I love those.
What did you guys think about the Batiks? Hey, so what I ordered here was more fabric. Oh no, look. Okay. So what I did is I ordered, and we'll talk about that. A lot of times what I'm doing is I'm getting ready to do the Hoffman challenge. And I needed to add a couple little extra colors to the Hoffman challenge. And I wanted to make sure that whatever I chose to do the Hoffman challenge with, I had enough yardage to go with it as a supplement color, because I may use this on the back. I haven't decided yet. So what I did is everything I'm going to show you in this is I have half yard pieces, one yard piece, and then this turquoise is, I'm going to show you here in a minute. That one I bought 4 yards of, and I'll tell you which each one of them are. I hope I can remember what they are anyway. But I put all the links to what's in this box in my description box, so that if you liked one particular color, you could. Rita says, is it a requirement to think about batiks? No.
Oh, and I was going to say yes.
This is me being Katie. All right. Well, I ordered more of this color because I'm going to definitely use this as the background on the front of the challenge. And this one is the, where is it at? It's the 1895 Batik September Bali watercolor yardage. That's what this one is. And it's just it's a cross between like a yellow and a tan almost. I'm not sure what color you would call that, but it depends on which camera you're seeing it from. You can see that it looks a little bit different from both cameras, but it has a hint of yellow and a hint of tan in it, and I'm going to use that as the background.
It looks like a camel.
Yeah, camel, yeah. Okay, so I had showed y'all before about the Copy Shop fabric line, and so I ordered, let me see here. Let's see, Sunday, Palomino Paisley. Which one's the Palomino? I think this might be the Palomino Paisley. Okay, so we have a half a yard of this one. And these are from the Copy Shop fabric line.
Ooh, pretty.
And I'll lay it out here. We can see it on the other camera. Let me move some stuff out of the way. I'll show it on both cameras. So right now you're seeing it on the overhead. Okay. Set that aside. And then I bought what this is also part of that same line.
Oh, wow.
Because I want to participate in that Hoffman challenge. Then there's this yellow that also came from that. And this one, so this one right here I'm not sure which one this is. I'll have to look it up. But anyway, it comes from the coffee shop line. Then we have this yellow. It's like a yellow orange. So what the plan is the requirements are that you use 5 colors out of their coffee shop line, and then you can use additional colors from other batik lines that you want to use. And so mostly the one I'm going to do will be mostly from Hoffman, with a couple of Island Batik stuck in there a little bit to add a little pop of color. And I'm really leaning on whether I want to. I found a modern quilt pattern I like. Only problem is it's $65, and I don't know if I want to spend $65 on it or not. I haven't made up my mind yet. Because I don't believe I've paid outright for a pattern that expensive, but the pattern is beautiful and it would be great for this fabric line. And then I'll lay this up here so you can see this color next to all this other. And this was a yard I bought of this. Okay, there we go. So we have all of that. And then that leaves this color right here. This one is called Bloom Groves Batik Teal Sea Glass Floral Yardage. And I think this is from Island Batiks. But look at that color.
Oh yeah, that's pretty.
4 yards of this. So I should be able to use this as the backing for the quilt top. There should be enough here, but I'll put it out here where you can see it bigger. And then I'll put it up underneath the camera here. It's really a nice turquoise color. Hey, Delia, and hello, Sean. Who else slipped in here? Hi, Michelle. Welcome, welcome. And Happy says, Katie, I think that pattern is released on a monthly basis. I don't think you can get it all at once. I think that, yeah, I think they started the pattern in January. It's either January or February they started it. So you're probably right. I don't know. But if not, then I already pulled some paper piecing blocks out of the 1000 block book that I can also create a small quilt, modern quilt out of, if should I decide not to spend the money on the quilt pattern. Because I don't know, I'm just, $65 is a lot for a pattern to me. Okay, so this is the we have one more fat quarter shop box to look at, and then that'll be all of my happy mail. So what did y'all think about this box? Did y'all like the colors? I know this is a little bit outside of what you usually see me working with, but when a fabric company says you can only use, blah blah blah. I mean, I could have got colorful with using the browns and the blacks with other really bright colors, but I thought I would do something interesting and see, because either A, it'll be beautiful when I finish it, or B, it's going to suck. I'm leaning more toward the positive side of it. I think it's going to look cool. And it'll be something different you haven't seen me do.
Right.
Because I haven't worked with any browns or blacks or dark greens. I haven't worked with those colors. So it'll be interesting to see where I go with it and how creative I can get with it.
What's the name of the pattern again?
Hand and Soul. That's what it's called, but it's very pretty. All right, one more box, and I already took it out of the box because that box was enormous. All right, so in this one, I bought some extra batik sauce. Oh, we're gonna have a chit chat about this box. So when I got my box, it had custom stick tape all the way around. So that means they opened the box. So when I opened the box, I was like wondering what it was that they found fascinating enough to open the box to start with, because I knew it had fabric and it only had this in here. I found custom tape stuck on the outside of this box. They opened a box. It was sealed by the manufacturer of this box to look inside of it. And all that's inside of this box is cards wrapped in plastic. So they broke the seal on this and then stuck their customs tape, which tore a little bit off the box. So this is one
We're
of the
looking
things,
for drugs.
I guess, something. Anyway, this is a new box. It's Quilt Builders Card Deck Kim Deal Special Edition. There's 40 scrappy blocks and a lovely layout. Plentiful possibilities for this. This is what it looks like. And most of you have probably already seen previous boxes. This is just a special edition. I didn't buy it because it said special edition. It was just a different box with different blocks in it. What'd you say, Teresa?
I didn't say anything.
Okay, I thought I heard an echo or something. Hand and Soul, SOUL. The project box I bought. And then we're going to look at all this yardage in here.
I think Rita's trying to be funny.
Oh, is that what it is?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You know how she is.
Everything in here is in half yard pieces. Yeah. Okay. These I got, these were on sale or something. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to have a peek at all of this. And by the time someone else's box gets here, Katie's not going to need to buy any batiks for a while. All right, let me open these up where we can have a look at them. Where's the middle of this? Okay. Can you see that okay from the other camera? That is very busy from
Yeah,
that.
that's really pretty.
Yeah. So these are half yard pieces. So there's this color. And then we have this bright, happy orange color. And then I'll tell you what fabric lines all of these are off of in a minute.
I think the color looks better laying down on the table.
I agree with you. And here's and this is the design on this one.
Oh, yeah. Pretty.
And let me show you the design on the other one since I didn't do that. This is the design on the first one.
Oh, nice. I like that.
I like this one too. It'll be fun working with it. Then we have this dark blue. It looks purple in that camera, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Pretty though.
And here's the design. There we go. Now it's getting the true color. There we go. And this one here is interesting. The title of this one, let me find it because it's got a weird name. This one is called, let me make sure I got the right one here.
Bye, Sean. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for coming, Sean. Let me see here. Yeah, this one's called Lupine Mosaic Yardage. And it does remind me of lupines because The lupines we have here, the Arctic lupines, they start out with this dark blue color on the outside, and then as they open, they start to switch it to a different color. And before long, you see some of this color you see in this batik, you see in the flowers. So I can see why they called this that. So here's in this camera, and then I'm gonna put it up here to this camera.
That one's pretty.
It is pretty. So these are the first set of 4, and I'll put them up here for you to see them one more time. And there, so those colors. Okay. And then the second batch. Sometimes when I'm buying batiks, I want to see, with most online fabric shops, you can't buy fat quarters individually. You have to either buy the whole bundle, or you have to go this route by buying half-yard pieces. Because a lot of times I might want to see the color of something before I decide if I want to buy yardage. Because a lot of times I'm trying to find a specific color that I can use as a background. And sometimes I need to see it in person because versus what you see on the internet, because it's not necessarily a true color when you're looking at it online. So that's part of the reason you'll see it there, because there's several in here that I ordered just so I could see the color. But this one I thought was pretty cool looking, because you could use this for fussy cutting, or you could buy enough yardage to use this as a backing, because the color is really nice. It's super nice. Hello, Liana. How are you? You should contact them and let them know you want to use their pattern on your chest. I'm not using it on the channel, Liana. I'm using it for a challenge, the Hoffman challenge. It doesn't have anything to do with the channel. Okay, and let me show this on the bigger screen. So it's interesting how it looks different on one camera and different on the other one. I'm going to participate in the Hoffman challenge, the 2026-27 Hoffman challenge, which means if my quilt gets chosen, it'll go to the it'll be shown. I'm not saying it will. I don't think my sewing's good enough, but we'll see. This is what it looks like in one camera, and then it looks like this in this camera. Notice how it looks more orangey in this one. And then this next one I have bought before, and I wanted some more of it because I've been using it quite a bit, because it's like it's a color in between, say, a orange, a dark orange, a light orange, and a little bit of salmon color tossed in there at the same time. So it's really great for using when you're not wanting to use red or orange straight up. See, it looks very orangey there. Mm-hmm. But in the other camera, you can see the salmon color in here.
It's pretty.
This one's for my Hoffman challenge. And it doesn't look so vivid in that camera, but look here. You put it underneath this one, and you really can see the color. Mm-hmm. It's really pretty. And this is off, I think this is off the coffee shop, I think. It's either this or it's Bali. I'll let you know in a minute. I think it's Bali, actually. Now, this is where my eyeballs get teased a lot when I'm looking at online yellows. I'm trying to find a specific yellow that I'm after, because a lot of times when you put it into a quilt full of color, it'll end up looking more white than yellow. This is very light. Look how light it looks in that camera.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put it under here, it looks almost like orange yellow, but it's not. It's really light colored. Then we have this blue. And then I'll stick it underneath this camera. Come on, focus the color. It's not showing it properly. There, well, it's a blue is what it is. It doesn't look blue there. All right, and then this last one is directional. And it has little hearts on it.
Oh yeah. Cool.
Yep. So this will be fun to use, like if you want to have a little bit of movement, because I've been trying to look at different parts of my batik scraps and stuff, and I'll try to use depending on what block I'm making. Sometimes you can do it where you can do directional to get a little bit more movement that you're after, but not so much more contrast, but you want a little movement. And this kind of adds to movement a little bit. So this is something I've been messing with a little bit too when I'm creating my blocks. Okay, so that
Which camera would you say is more accurate for the color?
the one up above. My
When you,
laptop's,
so when the fabric is laying on the table?
yeah, I'd say this one's more accurate. At least to me it is. Because see, sitting at a distance, you can, this was the only one that seems to be teasing the camera a little bit. So there's the colors again. I'm just going to lay them next to each other so you can see the variety of color.
Hi, Jess.
Hey,
Welcome
Jess.
in.
I just
Welcome,
showed
welcome.
I just showed the Callie and Co stuff. It's beautiful. Thank you. But see all that color is really nice colors.
Mhm.
Now out of all this, what is there any I would buy more yardage of? Probably this one, because I can use it as a backing. Although I do like this one too.
Yeah, I like that one too.
And I like this one too. This would make great backing too. See how pretty that is?
Mm-hmm. When I use Batiks for my backing, I always pre-wash it.
Yeah.
It's just easier for the needle on the long arm to go through it.
Oh, got you. Well, my question the other day is though, if you wash the backing, what's going to happen when the front shrinks and the back's already been shrunk?
The Batiks don't shrink that much.
Yeah, I didn't think they did because they wash them multiple times anyway.
Yeah, so it's not gonna, doesn't make that big of a difference.
Can see this is all the colors right here.
Yeah, those are beautiful. You did good.
So whatever I pick out in my Hoffman Challenge quilt, I have plenty here to play with along with what I already bought because I already have the main colors from the copy shop itself. But this came from the copy shop. This one's from the copy shop. Uh, this one, no. There's oh, it's over here. This is like a really pale gray blue color, this one. And this is from the copy shop, or it's part of the copy shop line, but it's also from the 1895 Batik fabric line. And then you have this really dark color here. So let me tell you what all of this consists of. This consists of Heart to Heart Batiks Mint. That was this green down here. Cancun Valley Watercolors. 1895 Batik March Valley Watercolors. Then we have Rustic Riches Batiks Blue Waterfalls Leaves and Dots. That is this one right here. Winged Things, multi-pink red vibes, aura batiks. That is this one right here. We had Winged Things Yellow Sunny Floor, which would be this one. Shadow Blooms Batiks Azure Large Floral Mix. That's this one right here. Shadow Blooms Batiks Aruba Vines and Spring Yardage, which would be, no, I'm not sure which one that is. Probably this one. Then we have the Batiks Light and Dark Orange Dots Batik. That's this one right here. And then we had the Rainbow Brights Expression Batiks, which Expressions is by Moda. And this one is for, I don't know which one is for. It must be this. It's probably this blue right here. And then you have the Tutti Frutti Artisan Batiks Lupine, which we already talked about, which is this right here.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. So that's all from my little spending spree. Do you want to know how much I spent?
Sure.
This whole order, with all of this combined, I don't know what I did with the other one. Anyway, between the two, I probably spent about $150.
Oh, well, heck, that's not bad.
To me, it's not. And my
No.
shipping on the bigger one that came with this and the card deck, that was $45 shipping. The smaller box, which had almost the same amount of yardage in it, just about, was $25. So if you spend like $125, or if I spend $125 and lower, my shipping rate's around 25. But once I hit that threshold that pushes up to $45, I could spend $600 and still pay only $45 shipping.
Oh,
It
nice.
doesn't go up with money. It only, that threshold, once it hits a certain threshold, then it goes to the 45 and then it stays at the 45. This is why I like to buy from Fat Quarter Shop, because it's one of the cheaper shipping company, or their shipping is doable for me. I can live with $45 for a bunch of fabric. That, this is a lot of fabric right here.
Yeah.
Let me see. All of these are half yard pieces except this one and this one. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5 yards there. This is a 1 yard piece, so that's 9 yards. Plus 4 is 13 yards.
Nice.
Yep. All right. So there you have it, you guys. What did y'all think about this? I love it.
Great. So
yeah.
How many different fabrics are you going to use in that challenge?
I was kind of, if I don't buy the pattern, then I'm going to do what I always do. You know me, I'm going to get creative and use lots of colors. If I lean toward buying that very expensive pattern, I'm probably going to use about 8 colors, maybe 9. But make the coffee shop fabrics be the highlight of the entire sew, and use all the extra colors to make the coffee shop stuff pop a little bit. Katie, did you get your box from Syracuse? No, Rob. Actually, Robin, I got the first 2 boxes, and I need to talk to Melanie to see when she's sending the next box, because I talked to her. What happened to I talked to her. I don't know. She went on vacation, and when she got back, we got to briefly talk. And I know what she's doing is working her tail off. Plus, I'll give you an update about them anyway. I was asking her if she could find one of the boxes she sent me was pretty good size, meaning it went long and wide. And I'm hoping she can find another box like that, because if she can, then maybe I can order a cutting mat, because Fat Quarter Shop will not ship cutting mats international anymore. They stopped doing it after the pandemic. I'm not sure why, but it affects cutting mats, big ones, and I am in severe need of a cutting mat because my cutting mat is dying on me. It's 12 years old and it's showing its age now. But I got my money's worth out of it. So can't complain about that. It's been a good cutting mat. All right, so that is it for the unboxing. That's all the boxes I have to show you this go around. I know that there's a couple boxes coming from that's been gifted to me. I also have a specialty crochet hook that's coming, that's been handmade by one of my viewers' husband, that made by the same person's husband who made the seam ripper here, the seam ripper stiletto. He's made me a crochet hook kit, because I want to see how it would feel to crochet with something with a little bit of weight, because I really like the weight on this seam ripper. It makes holding it much easier. So I want to test run a crochet hook set, and if it's the way I think it's going to work out, I'm probably going to really like using them. The smaller the handle, the more I notice my hand bothers me. My hand doesn't bother me as much as my left hand. My left hand bothers me the most because I run my yarn through my hands. All right. Let me see. Hi, Lynn. Let me backtrack here and catch up on everything that's been said in the chat. Anyway, about my Syracuse friends. So they went and did a thing. I think I've mentioned a couple times that her husband, Michael, has a photo booth, and that's what he's doing now. He retired from Verizon, and so they've been photo boothing it as to help with paying their bills. And they went and he went and did a thing. They went and bought a robotic, some kind of robotic arm that goes with the photo booth, and you're talking about 10,000 US dollars for this thing. But they are so busy photo boothing it that's why I haven't talked to Melanie in weeks, because she also has a day job that she works at, and they've been photo boothing like mad because graduation's coming up, and so he's going to high schools with the photo booth. They're test running this new robotic thing to see if it'll help make things more, help them make more money, put it that way. All right. Sylvia says they're beautiful and hello. And Leona says they're beautiful or gorgeous. I mean, Robin says it's washed out when you hold it up. Yep. Katie, you never know. It may be your year. You never, yeah, that's true. And then Michelle says, my friend does that every year and had her quilt on the tour of shows 1 year. Yeah, I'm hoping we'll see what happens when I finish mine. Which would you say is the more accurate? The top camera. Jess says hi to Katie and Teresa. And I say hello back. And then Denise says, it's National Teachers Appreciation Week in the US. Oh, good. And then Teresa's, Robin asked Teresa, how much do you have to do on the horse? And she walked out of the room, and I'll ask her that when she comes back. Everybody's saying they love the colors. And let me see. They're saying it's very nice. Denise says, it's a skill builder pattern. The blocks are probably common. Use Google Lens and see if any of the blocks is identified. Look for a free pattern or video for that block. I doubt that these are, because have you ever seen the pattern, Denise? It is beautiful and I want to make it. I just can't stomach the price. Hang on a minute. I'm going to show you what it looks like. because these blocks are very unique. Oh, I'm on the wrong computer to show this, darn it. They want to know how much longer you think you'll be on your horse.
Yeah, I answered her. It was I have about 20%, probably 20% on the horse
Okay.
itself. And then I got to figure out what to do with the background.
Still don't have anything in mind yet?
No, I'm gonna have to like hang it up and look at it and then try a couple of different things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And just, I don't know, kind of get a feel for it. So no, I'm not really sure yet. Is that all you had to show?
Yeah, I'm just going to show them what this pattern looks like. That
Okay.
because someone mentioned maybe I could find the blocks through Google. You're not going to find these blocks through Google. These are, yeah, they're designed by some, I don't know who the designer is. It probably says here. I don't know. Maybe it does say who the designer is. Hang on. Let me see if it says who it's by. Um, it probably does here somewhere, but they started it in there'll be 12 unique 16-inch blocks.
Sorry if that was noisy.
I didn't hear it.
Okay. Kind of crinkly.
No, didn't hear it. All right, I'm going to share the screen so y'all can see it. I can't see the chat at the moment, just so y'all know. Someone let me know when they can see the screen.
That's the challenge pattern?
Yeah, that's a hand and soul pattern.
Okay. Huh, interesting.
Yeah, some of these blocks are very cool.
Yeah, I can see it on the screen.
So I'm going to put my mouse up here. The ones that I like the best, there's like all these blocks are so cool looking. I don't care about the curves as much as the rest of the blocks. The rest of the blocks are just very neat. Trying to figure out why I can't look at this. Let me see what
Yeah,
happens.
kind of some unique blocks there, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's not every day you see blocks like it. Almost has like a what do you call it? Almost maybe Native American vibe to it.
Oh, yeah.
Because you got this bird here, and then these interesting looking block. You know what? I'm gonna download this so we can look at it better.
Is that the price?
Uh-huh.
Just for the pattern?
So $65 get you. Oops. Hang on a second. Y'all explain this about the price. Where did I got to go backwards? Hang on a minute. It's not going to let me do that, is it? Oh, hey, hold on a minute, y'all. I'll explain this.
Do
Okay,
you
so
happen to know when the quilt has to be finished?
I need to have pictures sent to them by November something.
Of this year?
Yeah. Where is the price of this? So this is, I wrote them an email and asked about whether I could just buy the pattern outright. And this is what she said. She said you could just sign up for what is called the Thinker, which means you pay $65. You get the 12 blocks, a monthly email, a monthly on-demand video, block workshops, monthly curated reading list, and journal prompts, and monthly partner discounts. See, I didn't care about any of that. I just wanted the dang pattern.
Right.
If you pay $95, you get the Thinker Perks Plus Discord community, monthly live sew-ins, quarterly full quilt pattern from select blocks, $56 value. If you pay $189, it's even more stuff. And to me, half the stuff most of us are not even going to care about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's why I'm just like, when I got the email back and she told me I would just have to sign up for the Thinker one, I just wanted the pattern. I didn't care about this other stuff because I don't have time for that. I just want to make the pattern. So I don't know what I want to do. I might end up just taking block. I picked 4 or 5 blocks that are potentials to use from the 1,000 block book, their paper piece ones. And I might just swing toward that and pick one, debate between the 4 blocks that I pulled out of the book and figure out which one speaks to me the best and turn that into a small quilt, because you can do a minimum size and a maximum size. So I have a choice in between of how big I want it to be. Let me take this off. Hold on a minute. So I haven't made a final decision. I will be thinking about it here in the next few days because I need to make a decision at some point and get on with things. So unless I see something that really speaks to me that's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm almost thinking I probably won't buy the pattern and just design something from the blocks from the 1,000 block, because there's plenty of paper piece blocks that I really like a lot that's very modern looking, and I can turn it into, because I want to enter 2 categories. I want to enter the regular category, and then they also have the modern category, and I want to enter both of them. And because you never know, one might get entered in one of them and not in the other one. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you can enter up to 4 pieces in the, you can also do 4 different quilts if you want to, and enter all 4 of them in the contest. So, I mean, I have enough fabric here to play around with. Maybe I can make a mini and make a wall, a quilt this size, like what I have hanging on the wall here. And then maybe do a small mini and enter both of them, something. I just got to figure out, and I need to hurry up and get it done.
Hi, Kathy.
Kathy's in here.
Kathy has face.
Oh, hi, Kathy.
Hello, Candace.
Hi, Candace. Jean says too expensive. Yeah, that's what's making me cringe, is the expense. When does the quilt have to be? Oh, I already answered that question. There is a link about the Hoffman Challenge. Hold on a minute and I'll share it with you in case someone else wants to play. It's called, where are you? The 2026 Hoffman Challenge. Now you have to use, like I said, you have to use at least 5 of their colors from their copy shop fabric line. But here, I'm gonna paste the link to the brochure in the live, and y'all can go look at it at your leisure. Okay, there you go. I didn't know they did this every year. This is year 30. I wish I'd have known about it. I'd have been doing this a long daggum time ago, because you never know what might have showed up in there. All right. Leona says, yes, Teresa, my honey and I made roosters. And Shirley says, I do not like binding quilts. Just thought I would put that out there. See, I like binding, but I don't like doing borders. So I'll put that out there. I don't know what their ethnic background is, Robin, to tell you the truth. But I wouldn't mind doing a native style quilt because I think that would be fun. And a lot of times the native ones look a lot very modern in nature too. So to me, they do anyway. All right. Now, what am I planning on doing? I am going to be working on another block for my Alice's blocks, but I need to move this fabric out of the way. I'm going to put it on the other table. Okay, where's my Alice's book at? Oh, it's right here. Because yesterday I finished making the braced star, which came out really nice. Speaking of Alice's blocks, I want to show you the square and the square blocks we've been doing. I'm not going to go, yeah. Because I made one yesterday. Yeah. I wanted y'all to see these blocks. Since I'm using this dark background. Spotlight them down here on this camera. There's this one.
Ooh, pretty.
Yeah. And then we have, so these are all square and squares for that. The book is divided into certain sections, and this section was about making, they're calling them diamond in a square. Don't you like this one? I like this one. I think it looks interesting.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty.
Then we just have where I used only two colors. I got two, there's a couple blocks in here like that where I just used two colors.
Mm-hmm.
And keep in mind that the dark navy blue is the background. Here's the other one where I just used two colors, the background and then the batik.
That's pretty too.
Mm-hmm. You got this one.
Mm-hmm. Pretty, pretty.
And then this one, which see how I used a fabric here that gives movement. In fact, both sets of fabric give movement. This one was the last one I did last night on Sherry's channel. This one's called Braced Star. And then we have this one. And then we have this one. And someone's going to say, well, that looks a lot like the other one. This other one is actually different. These are two different blocks. As you can see.
Mm-hmm.
And then this last one is this one. I want to make a short where I can combine all, because now we have quite a pile of 40. Let's see, I'm going to work on 43 in a minute. So there's 42 of these blocks already made, enough to make a little short with all of these little blocks in the short. I just can't seem to figure out how I want to do it. I know what I have in my mind that I want it to do it, you know, how to make, how I want the short to look like, but I can't find anywhere where I can make the short the way I want to do it.
Mm.
So I may just be put pictures in there and you know, it just do whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I put some music to it. I want to do a Celtic knots quilt, says Robin. Hey, Rudy, welcome, welcome. Shirley says, I send mine out to be quilted. I do not have the space. And when I tried quilting, it was awful. And Shirley says, I like two colors. And Denise says, an Uber ride that was $18 and 45 bucks. Ouch. Candace says, pretty blocks. And then Shirley says, the center fabric really sets it off. Wow, $45. That is just, yeah, that's insane. No, actually, the last block was Air Castle. My bad. I've already made this one. This is the block I have left to do that looks like a card trick, but not a card trick. Okay, let me see what colors I want to use. Definitely have to use this because that's the background. And more of those quarter blocks too. Oh my gosh. And I'm gonna do these the way I know how to do them better. Okay. Quarter block, quarter block, quarter, so there's 4 of those.
We have a thing called, it's like a senior rides,
Mm-hmm.
take you to your appointments and stuff like that around here, and it's for free.
Oh, well, that's cool.
It's, yeah, people volunteer.
That's awesome that they have that program.
Yeah. I'm sure they would take donations, you know, but
Meeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which glue do I want to use? Take this out. No, maybe I won't. Auditioning here. Yeah, I think that one's going to get kicked out. I think I'm going to go that route, but do I want to add an additional color? Nope, I think I'm gonna do 2 colors on this block too. Well, 3 with the background. All right. And I'm probably gonna need more of this dark blue. Uh-oh, where did I put it? It must be in here amongst all my pile of stuff. Definitely going to need more of this. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pre-plan this block and then I'll start sewing it. This is how I do it every time I make a block. Is I audition colors and then I get to cutting. Shirley says I need to go start supper. Everyone have a good night. Thank you for dropping in. Oh, and I need to take myself off the spotlight. Oops. There we go. That's better.
Bye, Shirley.
Take care of yourself, Shirley. All right, let's start with a square and a square. I need to go, okay, read that. Did I miss anything else up here? Hi, Denise. And hi to anyone I didn't say hi to, sorry. Hey, Cat. Oh, Kathy's still in here. It's nice to see Kathy in here also. Okay. Now I need to see what 2 1/4 plus. I have a headache. Today is May the 4th. Be with you. Hi. Yep. That's why my strange title on my impromptu. Uh-oh. It's not in there either. So what has everybody been doing today? Have you been working on a project or have you just been relaxing or have you been working? Let me and Teresa know what you've been doing.
I started out doing a bunch of laundry.
Yeah, I need to be doing laundry myself and I haven't yet.
And change the sheets on the bed.
So I'm gonna make these 3 inches.
Vacuum to the bedroom.
I need to see. I don't think I have anything going on tomorrow. And I think tomorrow would be a great day for me to do some house cleaning and not sew, just clean the house, do some cleaning work. Kind of been neglecting my chores.
Yeah, I just try to spend, a few hours a day with household chores.
Yeah, yeah, I've definitely neglected mine. I also need to go to the store. I went to the store yesterday trying to find a certain kind of soft drink. Not one of them had, well, one store had them in the cans, but gosh, buying them in a can is so pricey. So I didn't buy any yesterday. And then because I thought I still had a little bit left over from a 2 liter bottle, come home and realized, nope, I already drank it. So that was, a bust. So for the last day and a half, I've been drinking water. Because I'm too lazy to go to the store and see if I can find it somewhere else. What you talking about? What you talking about, Willis, Katie? I've been commenting for almost 2 hours. What does that mean about Willis?
I don't know.
I don't understand this word Willis. What does that mean?
I don't understand what she's asking at all.
Me neither.
I'm doing okay, Kathy. Thank you for asking. Oh, I think it's like, that's a show. What you talking about, Willis? That's a show that used to be on a long time ago.
I was gonna say
And
I've never even heard of it. Lynn says, haven't been
I
very
don't,
busy today. I was going to put a test sandwich on the long arm, but I've been in lazy town. And Geraldine says, cleaning my sewing machine to my walk with neighbor, mowed the lawn. Now I'm relaxing with cross stitch. Candace says, it's from a TV show. Older brother was named Willis.
yeah,
Oh,
different strokes. Yeah, I was trying to think. And he goes, what you talking about, Willis? Yeah, different strokes.
I feel you.
And I think, oh, she wants to know, I think what her comment was, you wanted to know what you've been doing today. And Denise said, what are you talking about? She's been commenting for 2 hours. That's all she's been doing for the last 2 hours. I think that's what she meant, Katie.
Okay. You probably did, Denise, but I don't know. I'm not familiar with the show, so it's not going to stick in my brain.
So she hasn't done any sewing or any cleaning in 2 hours. Yeah, Gary Coleman.
I'm not a I never watched sitcoms, so, and I think Different Strokes is a sitcom, isn't it?
Yeah, it
Yeah, so
was.
yeah. So anything, any slant or any kind of sayings from stuff like that wouldn't even stick in my brain
Right.
because it
Yeah.
doesn't have any meaning to me.
Hi, Mona.
No, Katie said hi to me as if it was the first time.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, it's hard to remember what we do when we're on a live.
Yeah, we say a lot of things on a live. People say a lot of things. The important stuff sticks in my brain and the less important doesn't.
Well, it's funny because when I'm on a live, I'll be talking about stuff and because of the delay, that doesn't help, the
Yeah,
chat delay.
the delay.
And so I'll say, well, what do you guys think about this? Look at this color. And then I'll put that down and go on to something else. And then people start saying, oh, I like that color. I don't, and I'm already on something else. So I'm like, what do you mean? What are you talking about that
Yes.
color?
Yeah, I can relate to that.
Because
Because
I've already moved on to something else.
yeah, I can so relate to that. So relate. All right, where's
I
my
wish it was like immediate, you know what I
mm-hmm.
mean?
Yep, I
Because I
agree.
don't want to sit here and wait for the replies. Then you got like 8 seconds of do 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 do
Delay,
do.
delay, delay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And if I don't write it down, you might as well forget it.
Yep.
Robin said she did all her errands on the east side of town, and tomorrow she'll finish up on the west side.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Andrea.
Hi, Andrea.
I want to go to the big town of Lewiston.
How long will that take you to get there?
3 hours to get there.
Oof, that's a big drive.
Yeah, but they have Walmart and Safeway and Fred Meyer's, and I want to do, I want to check out their prices. Of course, Brandon said I could just go on Walmart, and order it online and they can ship it to me. And
Oh,
that probably would be cheaper considering the gas prices.
probably. I've ordered stuff on Walmart for Thomas or Target. Seems like
Yeah,
some prices with Target is cheaper than Walmart, which is interesting.
my horse is crooked.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if the whole thing is crooked or, well, we'll see. I can always fix it. Add more fabric.
Yep. I'm gonna leave that alone. Just cut from this. I did buy a new iron though.
Oh, you did?
I did. Same
What'd
one
you
as
get?
that. Same thing as what died. Well, I went to Dorthfork first, and all they had was corded Phillips irons, and I didn't want to buy one with a cord on it if I could help it. Of course, I realized that if that there was still a chance that that's all I would find up at Bruce's, but I seem to recall seeing 2 or 3 different iron brands up there that weren't all the same brand. And when I got up there, I couldn't find those said irons. And then lo and behold, on the shelf, on the end cap where they had some stuff they were clearancing out, was the same iron.
Peekaboo.
Hey, honey, how's it going?
Not good. Spreadsheet's not that good, but we're okay. Sailing.
Where you at?
On the deck, of course.
That's not what I mean.
Oh, you want to see?
Yeah, hang on. Let me spotlight you so everybody can see what you're seeing. All right, go ahead.
Give me a sec. Where are you? There you are.
It's nice and bright and sunshiny there.
Oh, yeah. Wait till you get to see this.
You still sailing north or you sailing south again?
Sailing south now.
Okay. That water is so dark. My goodness.
Background over here, where I'm pointing, that's Disco Island. I wish I could zoom it up a little closer, but I think, there it is. That's, there you go.
They're saying hi to you, honey.
Hi, everyone.
It looks like the ice is breaking up.
Yeah, we have some right here. As you can see,
Yep, it's
it's
definitely
shading
breaking up.
through.
Wow, that's cool.
Yep,
Sorry for the fast movement, though.
it's okay, honey. They're saying thank you for sharing, honey.
You're welcome.
Can we?
Oh,
What
and
does it look like on? What does it look like on the other side? Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, you already been thinking ahead of me here.
give me a second.
Okay. Anyone who's sensitive to motion, cover your eyeballs for a minute.
I have to move a little bit fast. This is on the other side, and as you can see. Oh, what is that right there? How about here?
Oh,
What is
icebergs!
that?
All right. Yay! Oh yeah, I see them now. Yeah, you're getting close to Iceberg Alley.
Yep, I am. There are several of them.
So for y'all's benefit, it is 11:28 p.m. here. And look how bright it is where he's at. Because he's north of the Arctic Circle.
As you
And
can
the
see,
sun is,
the
yep, you see where the sun's sitting?
Yeah.
sun is still high up. All those bumpy areas right there, as you can see, are the icebergs that we have passed.
Oh, okay. I will.
Do you know where you're going?
We're going south again.
I know, but I mean, like way south or
Uh, we will try to get back to the deep.
oh, y'all are going back to that little trap.
Yeah.
Oh, look, man, I wish I was on board.
Yeah. You and your sea legs. Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Every time that boat rocked sideways, I'd be wanting to throw up. But it would be worth it for the icebergs.
Oh, yeah. You will be on the click, 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 and click, 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 click.
Yep, I probably would have no probably never get me off the deck.
Yeah.
I you
What do you
just
think of,
I love
what do you
it,
think of
honey.
that little surprise, huh?
Oh yeah. Thank you for that, baby.
You're welcome.
I said like it.
I just want to show you a little bit of my area, so I'm locking off, okay?
Okay, Asa.
Don't forget to take me off from the big Zoom.
Yep, already did. Decos.
All right, see ya.
Hey,
Talk to you later. Yeah.
Iki Lutik. Hey, Porpaket.
Okay, so bye.
Bye.
Bye. Well, that was really cool.
Yeah. I didn't even know he was coming on.
Yeah, that freaked me out there for a second, you
It's
know.
like, who jumped on here?
I know. Who is that?
Julia says you have to keep looking at the horizon so you don't get sick. That's for sure. I'm okay until the ship rocks sideways. It's that sideways motion. And
Yeah.
then it's like, oh, I need to go lay down. I can't deal with this until they give me medicine. And whatever the medicine is they give, I don't know what the heck it is, but it freaking works. You know how Dramamine sometimes works?
Yeah.
This stuff, whatever it is, definitely works. Rita says, I tell you what, just had a puppy husky wandering in the street. I let it in the yard, walked in the yard like it was home. Good grief. Poor puppy, so skinny, has a collar that is cutting into its neck. Time to call animal control.
Oh, man.
That really sucks for the puppy. We rescued a cat that had a collar that was up inside of its skin. Inside of her skin. I don't know how it ended up that way. I guess the skin grew around the collar. And so I had to take her to the vet, and she was mean as a snake when it came to kids and women, but she likes men. But we kept her around but she was pitiful. She was starved, and we kept her for 10 years, and then she developed cancer of the face.
Oh.
So sad watching her go down. As much as, she annoyed me that she wouldn't let me ever pet her. Apparently she came from somewhere that she was abused by kids and a woman, I guess, because she was fine with men. And the veterinarian said it looked like she had been traumatized.
Yeah, when I first got Willa, she didn't like men at all. She didn't like Brandon, but he just worked with her, and it took a while, and now she's fine with him, but she still doesn't like strange men, especially if they have a baseball cap on
Mm-hmm.
or they have glasses on.
Oh, so she associates those things with someone that's harmed her in the past.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nora, please don't get on my foot pedal. Animal control is closed today. I have to wait till tomorrow. They asked if I could keep her safe in the meantime. The collar is tight. It cuts into Kiki's. Yeah, very sad. Yep. Andrea says, I just got an Amazon delivery. One was a sympathy gift from Soft Squares and another was from Missouri Star. The package had 2 5-packs of rotary cutter blades. It did not tell me who it was from. Oh, that's great gift, Andrea.
Rita, that is really sad. Yeah, there's just some people that just should not be allowed to have pets. And once they are charged with animal neglect, they should never, ever, ever be allowed to have a pet again, ever,
Yep.
because they are not going to change.
Nope, they're not.
I have never seen anybody change. Because I knew a lady who got all her animals taken away, and she had a lot of animals. And within a year, she was back at it again.
And they didn't stop.
And she wasn't supposed to ever have pets again, but she did. And so everybody had to call it in again. I mean, I hate to do that, but I would rather do that than watch an animal suffer, you know.
Yep. Yep. Where is mine? Yeah, that is a really good question. Where is my scene?
Yeah, Mona, one of these days they're going to come up with some sort of brain scan that can determine what kind of person you are.
Let's hope not. Let's hope not.
They can just hold it up to your head and they, oh yeah, you're an abuser. Well, I did see a documentary where they did like an MRI on people that are in prison, and they volunteered for this. So, who were like serial killers, you know, and all of them had the same type of brain abnormality, you know, and I thought that was really interesting. Something about their frontal lobe or something. They have no empathy.
We are going to put her upstairs so she is not out in the heat.
I think it depends on what state you are in, Kathy.
Yep.
Right, Rita. That's what I was saying. Well, she's lucky she went into your yard, Rita.
Maybe she ended up in your yard because she could smell your other dogs.
So I'm trying to decide. I have a craving for meatballs.
Yum.
I know.
Speaking of food, I forgot I put some in the microwave. Oops.
So I'm trying to decide if I want meatballs with mashed potatoes and gravy and peas, or not peas, green beans, or meatballs and spaghetti.
Sounds like fun. Time to turn the iron on. Hey, I'll be right back, Teresa. I'm gonna turn my iron on, but I gotta get my planner because I have a cheat
Okay.
sheet inside of it that I need to look at.
Okie dokie. Yeah, our neighbor dog comes over here to visit us. Used to do it a lot more than he does now, but now he just comes over and he does his business in the yard, the little shit. It's like, go home and do that. We got enough of our own dog stuff in the yard, you know? Yeah, yeah. Be careful with that, Rita. I hear you. You want to keep them separated for now. Because Brandon rescued a dog from a kill shelter, and he sent me a picture of the dog and everything. And he drove like I don't know, it was over $300 to go look, or not dollars, 300 miles to go look at this dog because it was a chocolate lab. That's what he thought. And he's into rescuing labs. So anyway, he calls me from the place where the dog is at. And he said, I don't know what to do about this dog. You should see it, Teresa. It is so skinny and just does not look good at all. And he said, well, he didn't think it was a purebred lab, which that doesn't matter to me. And I said, just bring him home, just bring him home. And he'd been in this facility for quite a while. So he brought him home, and oh my God, it just broke my heart. The poor dog. He was a really tall dog, he was very sick, and I didn't even think about it. I let him around the other dogs, and that was like on a weekend, or like on a Sunday, I think, when Brandon brought him home. So I took him to the vet the next day, and turns out he had kennel cough, but it got into like a respiratory bad problem, and so that dog was so sick.
Gosh,
Well,
that
of
cough is
course,
rough on a dog.
and we had how many dogs? We had like 3 or 4 dogs at the time. They all of them but one got the kennel cough. So they all got sick from that dog we brought home. And if that was not, oh my God. So and of course our dogs sleep in our bedroom, and so all the dogs are coughing. It was terrible. But my vet told me if we hadn't have brought that dog in, any later, much later, and he probably would have died. He was so sick. He was in the clinic for 9 days. I call him my $1,000 dog or I did, And luckily for me, I told the vet knew that we had rescued the dog and blah, blah, blah. And so he gave us a discount on the vet bill. But we still had to, pay part of it. But yeah, and so Brandon, so we only had that dog for 1 day, but we drove to the vet clinic every day because Brandon, wanted to. And I did too, but we drove to the clinic every day, which was over an hour drive to see the dog. And so he would know that, somebody loved him and he was our dog. We hadn't forgot about him and all this. And we had only known him for a day. But anyway, he was the sweetest dog ever. I don't understand how he ended up in the situation he was in, but I could not imagine anybody abusing that dog because he was just so sweet. And so he was like 78 pounds. And so picture this, he's a full-grown dog, right? And after we had him for about, it was 3 months or so, maybe a little longer. I don't know. I'm not sure how long it took, but his normal weight was about 105. That's how big of a dog, because he was tall and, 105 pounds. But when we had him, he was like 78 pounds when we first got him. Hi, Raven.
Hi, Raven. How are you doing? And we have Mona 3.0 in the chat. Baron said oh, okay. Read that already.
Yeah, my vet said that kennel cough shots
Yes.
vaccines don't last, forever. So,
No, they don't.
because all of my dogs have had that. So the only one that didn't get the kennel cough was my smallest dog, and she had had the shot like 4 or 5 months prior to Buddy or Bo. I mean, his name was Bo. Bo coming home to us. So all the other dogs, I think, had been about 3 years.
Okay, let me think
Yeah,
here.
Rita, I think that if police or people see an animal like that in somebody's yard, that somebody's not taking care of the dog, you should be allowed to trespass to get the dog.
That might get you shot.
Well, I would do it when nobody's home.
Can't believe I just said that. I'm just hoping that there's nothing more than dog got loose and owners are looking for her, but I have a feeling that is not the case. Do you see a lot of stray dogs in your area where you live at, Teresa?
Yeah, believe it or not, people bring him out here and just drop him off.
Oh, wow.
And then a few years ago, um, a girl here found like three or four pups in the garbage can in the dumpster. Somebody had just, the big city dumpsters. That's what we have here, and they
Mm-hmm.
had thrown those pups in the dumpster, and they were alive. They weren't dead.
That's shameful.
Yeah. And so, yeah, for some reason, they're like, well, we'll just take them all out. And we're like at the end of the road,
Yeah.
the road ends here. And of course, we're up in the woods. And so we get a lot of dogs here that way. And we usually, we find homes for them. So, everybody pitches in to take care of them and try to find homes for them. I'm talking about if they look like they're starving to death, Denise, not if it's being well attended. I know, touchy subject, I'm sure, but
Okay, got that part done. Then we this part done. Chances may they come back as dogs.
right. Spay and neuter, spay and neuter.
Yep. You know, I kept Coda intact because he didn't roam or nothing, and I never let him out of my sight. But as soon as I got a female, I got her fixed fast. After the second heat cycle, anyway. I waited till she did the second heat cycle before I did it.
Right.
Gives the female dog a chance to mature a bit before you go doing that.
Yeah, it's better for him if you wait a couple of years.
Mm-hmm. I learned that the hard way because I had a mixed breed that I spayed before she ever had one. That was a mistake. Big time mistake. She stayed a puppy way too long. She also didn't like vets because she had the memory. She just didn't forget things, I don't think. I'm just getting things cut for this block I'm getting ready to sew. Working on cutting the pieces for the 3/4 block. And then all that'll leave me prepping for is the half square triangles. Wait a minute, I thought I cut purple. Oh, maybe I didn't. All right. I'm only gonna need one to cut one piece with the purple. All right. And then that leaves me with cutting half square triangles.
Night, Mona.
Night, Mona, Cindy Surratt.
Oh, I think getting fixed at 8 weeks is way too early.
That's for sure. Decisions.
Hi, Judy.
Hi, Judy. I want to use the light blue for the half square triangles. I think they'll look better. I might not be able to do that though. Donate food and money to the local animal shelters or rescue groups monthly. that looks like that is a selvage. Wow. Darn. Okay, let's do these half triangle or quarter triangles first. And then I'll worry about the half square triangles after the fact. Nico's beautiful views. Oh, he's at sea, Robin. They were sailing south. They were passing by Disco Bay. So if you look on the Greenland map, you'll see where it says Disco Bay. That's where they were passing by. It'll be north of the Arctic Circle. Is Nikolai? Oh, he's talking in the channel. Never mind. He says, I hope it was a quick surprise from my workplace. Let's see how many times someone mentions oil tanker in the next few days.
Right.
Some people can't get their story straight, can they, Teresa?
Nope.
All right, we need to make 4 of these. So let's get this laid out the way it's supposed to look. Okay, so it's going to be this way. And then we're going to have one of these like this. And then the dark color. Yeah, there we go. Rama says she's late. When I get home, you're going to get all the ketchup, Denise. You hear that, Denise? The challenge is on. The wind must be blowing outside because I can hear the wind chimes.
Sounds like you got a new dog, Rita.
Ketchup. Here goes Andrea. Oh boy. Y'all in trouble now. You missed my comments to Nikolai, Katie. I probably did. Let me scroll back up and see what it is I missed. She's asking if he's caught up with the, or catching up with the chat. I think we're going to be permanently a one dog family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen, which means there's going to be a gap when we lose Nora and get the next one. Which will be very weird because I've always had two dogs at once, or at least one dog. That's really odd that that one's off. Where's that one off? Let me get a different one. Honey, is it warmer out there where you're at, or is it still cold? It's definitely warm here. One more side to go on the log cabin blocks for the pick and pedal Jen Kingwell quilt. I'm doing month 4 of the last year so long. I'm making 20 blocks. That sounds good, Happy. If you guys haven't, speaking of Happy, if you guys haven't seen earlier tonight or earlier this evening or early afternoon or late afternoon, the podcast of Happy, you guys should go over and watch my podcast where I interviewed her. Let's see if this bot's gonna wake up because I know I put her in. There it is. You're now in the bot, Happy. What kind of dog is Cujo, Raven? I need to create some content and post on my channel, says Happy. You know, you can make a you could make a video about all those pretty quilts you've done. And Rita says, you'll get there happy. That is a beautiful block you have there so far. How's the weather been today over there your way, Teresa?
It's been beautiful all day. Well, we did get a little wind. It was pretty windy around 4 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's settled down and it's really nice out there again.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get this just laid down. Hi, Nina. It's good to see you. She says, Katie, I've been listening while I worked. I missed what you are working on now. I am working on the block number 44 from the Alice's Wonderland book. It's called Air Castle Variation. Basically, it looks like a card trick with a square and a square in the middle of it. I'm trying to get these done because when we hit curves, just the idea of it just stresses me out.
Yeah. Not looking forward to doing curves.
No, because I've never done them before.
Oh,
I actually want, when we finish up the flying geese portion, everything that follows behind it will be mostly new to me. Delia says hi to Nina. Nina says, I have the book now, so I can go look. Yep, it's on page, what page is it on? It's on page 88. And someone just texted me. Gee, I wonder who that was. I'll bet it was my husband.
that would be my guess.
Yep, I just heard it go ping. Yep, it just went off again. No, it's my daughter.
Oh,
Oh, she found. Oh, that's a really good question, Lynette. I have to look at this picture closer. She just sent me a picture that's so a man that we were friends with that worked with my husband, they all worked out at Timco at the time, that aircraft maintenance company y'all heard me mention a couple of times. So like my first husband's dad worked out there for 30 something years and they forced him into retirement. And but there's been pictures surfacing of late from Brad of pictures he's taken. That is him. My goodness. Anyway, there's a picture of him, of her dad and her paternal grandfather, and you barely recognize that's who that is in the pictures. Wow. Uh-oh, something just happened. Oh, there we go. It's going away now. All right, back to the block. I never ignore messages from my kids because I don't hardly hear from them as it is.
Right.
Katie, curves are fun to do. Just take your time and find a way to do that. What is easiest for you? Curves can also be made from circles. Yeah, it's too bad you can't do curves from reverse applique. Well, I guess you could. Yeah, but I wouldn't. I know it's written for beginners, but I would not call some of these steps in here for beginners. So right now I'm doing a quarter square, and I'm doing it a different way than what the book teaches because this makes more sense to me. The way the book is teaching it doesn't. But there's many ways to do many things.
Yep.
And so I'm not criticizing the book. I'm just saying this works better for me. Also, you know what I've been doing, Teresa? I've been because I have that the cheat sheet for both the half square triangles, the flying geese. The flying geese doesn't matter to me. I'm going to use paper. But anyway, but the cheat sheet for the quarter squares and or the hourglass block and the quarter squares and the half square triangles. I've been doing a lot of this based on the information it gives you because once I know what the unfinished size of the block is supposed to be, I just look it up and it tells you what size square to cut. And you know what? They're coming out the way they're supposed to based on that cheat sheet.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so it's starting to make better sense to me. Because I always get the finished, unfinished stuff in my head mixed up.
Right.
Because both of them are used. And I guess the way I look at it and the way someone else looks at it, like when I see block, you know, when I'm making the blocks, I'm calling them unfinished because they're not sewn to anything yet. Most people are already seeing it as finished because they already know it's going to get sewn together. Does that make sense how I put it?
Right.
So that's why a lot of times you'll hear me say unfinished and someone will say, no, it's this finished, but it's not sewn to me. If it's not sewn to the next piece, I don't consider it finished until it's there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm learning. I'm getting better at it. Mona says, I popped in before bed. Internet stinks tonight. Uh-oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, wait, I need to trim these down first.
Oh, geez, it's after 6.
Is it?
Yeah.
What time is it here right now? I haven't even looked at. No, it's 12:16 in the morning here. Time got away from me. Let me know when you're gonna get up and we'll knock this thing down.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Okay.
What are you doing? You bad dog.
Uh-oh. She must have did something.
That was not yours. Just because it's on the floor doesn't mean it's yours.
Uh-oh, someone was naughty. Raven says the internet has been terrible today. Typically, and then Happy says typically though, isn't it if it's got a half inch, it's usually unfinished, and if it's a whole number, it's usually finished? Yes, definitely.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go.
Hang on a second. Time to go, huh? What'd she get into?
Well, you know that sticker that we got from the Sew Sampler box that shaped like a heart? I
Uh-oh.
had it I had it sitting over here, and when I had the door open when the wind was blowing, it blew onto the floor, and I didn't notice it, but she did. That's weird because she usually doesn't do that kind of thing. So she chewed it up.
Aw. I wonder if you can order another one from
Nah, it's okay. I was going to put it in the giveaway box anyway, so
yeah,
no big deal, except for she chewed it up.
yeah,
Luck Luckily, she didn't swallow any of it.
yeah.
No, you can't I'm not ready for you to make up to me. No,
Like, nope, you're in trouble. She
you're in
knows she's in
trouble.
trouble too. Well, thank you for coming and hanging out with me. Yep, she knows she did wrong. Look at her. She's doing a Nora thing.
No, I'm mad at you right now. Yeah, you're a bad dog. It's a good thing you're cute. Right? Good thing they're cute.
Must have smelled good to her to mess with it.
I guess.
Hi,
Well,
lady.
thanks for having me on tonight.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. I was going to make it short, sweet, and simple tonight, but we decided to sew.
Yeah. I was like, let's do something.
Yeah, yeah, that's what we did because I was just going to do however long it took me to do the unboxings and then go, bye.
Yeah, right. I bet you would
Right.
have stayed
That
on.
didn't happen tonight. Here I am sewing. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you.
Have fun tomorrow. All that housekeeping.
Yeah, I need to go do a raid on my kitchen. Uh-oh,
Yeah.
Reed deleted. Somebody must have came in and did something. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
The enforcer. We got two enforcers working right now. I missed something.
Why
We
did
just have a
I
troll.
think Rita accidentally zapped Mona,
What? Oh, you're right.
but it looks like she's back.
Uh-oh. Yep, she accidentally hit the wrong button. Oops.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's at the beginning of the live, Mona. I started right into it, right after I said hello and did my thing. It's like, oh, wait a
Well,
minute.
um I think it's all looks like it's okay.
Yeah.
It looked like, yeah, it says Mona did what was hidden by Rita, but it doesn't look like you're hidden because you're able to comment. So I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah. Rita
Okay.
accidentally zapped her.
Yeah. Just let us know if there's a problem, and
Yeah, we'll fix it.
Katie will fix it.
Yeah, it'll get fixed, but it looks like she's okay now because I can see what she's saying.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute, what happened there? 'Cause I hadn't seen a troll in a while. You can
Yep.
hug Rita for payback. That's right. Because you don't like being hugged. Oh my goodness. See what she says? Oh no,
Yeah.
not the hug. Oh no. All right. Well, do you want to
Okay.
come on if you're not busy Friday or Sat? I think I have John coming on Saturday. I don't know if you want to join us or not, but I can send you the link. John from Guys Craft 2. And also on Friday's free as well. I'm going to be working on the channel. Oh, you should because you said you were going to sew. Aren't you sewing those blocks too for the channel sew? Or is it just the scraps you're doing?
The scrappy.
Okay, you're doing a scrap part. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Because
that's not until
that's
next week.
next week. Yeah, next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. The channel sew is this week. I got to do that. And then I'll do both of them next week to get things back into Andrea's schedule.
But
My personal secretary over there.
if you have any open days, go ahead and send me the link. I'll pop on
Okay, we'll do.
if I'm here. Not, yeah.
Okay, if you're not
I'm
out fishing.
trying to get Brandon to go fishing tomorrow, but we'll see.
Okay, well, enjoy your day if you go out tomorrow. And thank
Thanks.
you for tonight.
Okay, you guys, I'm gonna go. So I'll see y'all later.
All right, Checkos.
Are you closing down?
No, not right this minute. I will
Okay.
soon. I'm gonna
All
finish
right, then. See you
block.
later, Katie.
All right, see you later, Teresa. Wait, where did you get your doggy from? Oh, oops, she left. There is a big iceberg sitting in our harbor. Ooh, gonna have to download that picture just so you guys can see it. I'm beginning to think we're going to start seeing icebergs floating down the fjord soon. Katie, check your email and then you'll understand I am scattered brain. Yeah, I will. I get scattered brain without anything going on. Why am I using this? Mona says, I sewed this afternoon. It was peaceful. Oh, that's good. The brain surgery for my youngest granddaughter is supposed to be tomorrow. Yeah, it is scary. And she'll be in our prayers. Um, yeah, she'll be in our prayers, Rita. I have to do this whether I want to or not. Wait a minute. Yeah. That's supposed to be part of that card trick thing. We'll be thinking about you, Rita. I'll be thinking about you while I'm washing dishes. All right, I need to cut some more background. And I can do that right here. What block is that you're doing, Katie? It is block number 44 called Air Castle Variation. See, I have to make 4 of them. We're gonna make 2. We need to. Oops. Right now I'm getting ready to make the half square triangle part of this. Two at a time. Uh-oh, lost a light. Time to go get the other one. Cindy Surratt, Mona. Uh-oh, I think I just flashed my eyes. That's not good. Okay, so I said I needed 3-inch ones. So we'll go ahead and cut 3 inches off of here. And then we'll get it all straightened up. I hate black nails. Ooh. Nora has black nails. Let's see here. I am in luck. How about that? Maybe. We'll see. We shall see if this is actually what size I need it to be. What I'm doing is I'm getting ready to make 4 half square triangles. Sorry, I keep messing with the light. It's causing a glare on my ruler, which is bouncing off my glasses. All right, lines are drawn. And I didn't have to chop off this piece anymore. When we got him, I touched his feet every day so people could touch him. What are you making? I am making a block number 44 from the Alice's Wonderland book. And there's multiple moving parts with this. Change feet again. So I've already got I already have my quarter squares done. Have my square and a square done. So now I need to do half square triangles. But we're also going to be playing bobbin chicken here because I think we're going to run out here pretty fast from the looks of it. Y'all, let's hope that I can get this other side sewn before the bobbin runs out. It'll all depend on whether this machine decides to make a loud screeching noise to scare the crap out of me to say the bobbin is about to run out. Woo-wee, we're very close to running out. Okay. I did test to see how many bobbins was equal to the amount of spool of thread. In my case, 30 bobbins and a full spool of thread. They ran out at the same time, which is about 500 yards of thread. I've been going through bobbins like mad. At least about 4 or 5 a month now, maybe more. Raven, there's no more reverence given to animals than we give to each other. We just hope and pray. Oh, I need to trim these down first to 2.5 before I forget it to do that. All right, let's turn these over and trim them down. And then I need to switch feet. And don't look like I have to do too much trimming on here. So we'll get these trimmed and then I'll press them open, cut the ears off. And then I'm going to take all these pieces over to the iron station and press them before I start sewing all of them together. And I'll lay out the block so you can see what it's going to look like. So you'll be able to see that. One more to go. We'll just get this block finished here directly. And I think that's the last block in these, yep, that's the last block in this section of square or diamond in a square blocks. And then it'll be pushing forward to flying geese. And I'm just going to use paper for those. I'm not going to even bother to do it the other way. I did test this. Oh, okay. I just think it's strange that Lucky showed up. Huh? Oh, Husky showed up. Y'all can see what I'm doing, correct? We'll be ready to lay out this block here directly. Y'all don't forget to hit that thumbs up like button. Please. I usually don't even bring it up. But I don't know how many, Okay, now then I'm gonna cut the ears off first, and then I'm gonna press these seams all the way open, where they're all open. Did I do that on back? Yeah, I still got to do those over there too, because I haven't pressed those open as well. That way I can get everything to lay down flat. Well, goodness, yep, the dog is husky and wolf, but that's is all right. Okay, now let's get these seams pressed open so that I don't have to deal with bulk. So Wednesday, for those who are paid members, we'll be having another live, private, or yeah, a members only live to work on our sewing projects. Some will probably be finished with theirs. I can tell you right now, I probably will not have mine finished because I'm still figuring out what I want to do with the roofs, and I'm very unhappy with the way my windows look. So yeah, I've been thinking about how I want to do them different because I want to be creative. Well, Katie, you got 38 watching and 38 likes. Yay! See, I couldn't see how many likes. All I see is 6. And I would have to refresh the screen. That's 100%. Yes, it is. Monday. Manic Monday, more like it. My phone started going off at 8 o'clock this morning. I was trying to sleep, but no, we didn't get to sleep because people kept waking me up. And I was actually asleep for a change. So I've been awake since 6:30 or something. I mean, I did a couple cat naps in there, but I don't call cat naps sleeping. But my phone was blowing up this morning because someone needed pictures and names and everything else. Had to do with my mandala. Hello, High Plains Camper. Hey, what's your first name? If you don't mind sharing it, that is. You don't have to if you don't want to. You're hooked on dumping. Who is that directed at, Denise? Hi, Steve. Nice to meet you. Do you also have a are you from Tuber Chat? All right, and we'll take these over to the ironing station and let's get these pressed real fast. And then, yeah, and I need to pull the paper off the back of this while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I'm connected to Kevin's stream. Okay, well, welcome aboard. And if you want to share your channel, you can type exclamation selfie. What is the story of the mandala? I've never known. Well, okay. So when I first moved here to Greenland, and Nikolai was at sea and didn't, I mean, I was like, I had never lived in another country. So it was, everything was new, and I came from Florida where I spent an extraordinary amount of time riding horses, gardening out in the yard, and substitute teaching. I had a job and dogs and horses, and I stayed pretty darn busy. And then I moved over here with 2 suitcases and a small dog, and I had absolutely all this time on my hands. I mean, literally times on my hands. And I didn't know anyone, didn't have any friends, and Nikolai was at sea. And so basically he called one weekend to check on me because that was when he was spending anywhere from 5 to 6 months at sea. We'd only talk to each other through Messenger, and he would call me once a week on the phone. And one day I told him, I said, I don't have anything to do, and I can't. And I told him, I said, I've got to have something to do. I can't just sit here and do nothing. And he said, well, have you been on YouTube any? I'm like, and I told him no. And back then, our internet wasn't like it is now. Our internet now, right now, I can watch a zillion movies and not have to pay for it, extra, because we have a package. But back then, we were limited on how much we could watch. And so I wouldn't go watch any videos because it would eat up data. And he says, well, go look on YouTube and see if there's something that you're interested in. And so, but I started out with Facebook first. I got to looking around and noticed that there was some crochet groups. And the first group that caught my eyes was they were doing a crochet along for Sophie's Universe. And so I joined that group. And then I did some research online to see if there was a way for me to order yarn that could be delivered to Greenland, and acrylic, or worsted yarn. And so the first year I did, it took a year to do Sophie's Universe. And in the meantime, I was looking around inside the stores and noticed that they were selling pearl DMC, which I had never seen before, and I thought it was beautiful. So I was picking up, and they had 3 different sizes of the DMC. It was number 3, they might have had 4. It was number 3, number 5, number 8, and number 10. The bigger the number, the smaller the yarn. And so I started buying up the number 3. And it, I had, by the time it was over, I had a tote full of DMC. And I got about almost finished with Sophie's Universe when I saw that someone said something about that there was going to be a mandala sew along or crochet along on in a different group, but it was on Facebook. So I joined the group to see what the mandala was all about. And I'm like, ooh, this looks like fun. And of course, I had been crocheting since I was 11, but my crocheting was basic kind of stuff. And so I didn't know what would happen, if I, because I learned a lot from Sophie's Universe, because there was a lot of stuff I really didn't know. And I had fun with it, and I really wanted to try the challenge of the mandala. So I joined the group and calculated that I had enough yarn of the DMC to do it with, because I didn't want, because what I did is I watched the first month of the crochet. They were every week a new row was introduced, and most people were using worsted yarn, and I realized, I don't want to make this with worsted yarn because I knew how big it was going to get. And so what I ended up doing is picking up the DMC, and I picked a color. I just picked one of them randomly and started out with that. and I started sewing the first month's worth of clues. Oops, that's on the wrong side. Something's wrong here. So, oh no. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted while I'm telling this story. So anyhow, I realized that I could do it, but even though some of the skills required were a bit advanced for me, but I went ahead and did it anyway, and discovered that I could do it. And so it was a year-long crochet along, and what I did was I started crocheting this with everybody, and it turns out that I could do all of it, and people were asking me why I was picking the colors, and I didn't have an answer, because I was just doing, what I felt like was the right thing to do, and so it morphed into 32 colors over an entire year long. There was a period of time though, in June and July, where I took a 2-month hiatus away from crocheting because I was outside digging in the dirt to plant a garden. And so after I got my garden planted, I picked it back up. And so about a year I did the mandala. And then because it went part way through wintertime, the cooler colors that you see on the rings are because of the wintertime and because of northern lights. And then I decided to call it Arctic Lights because all the color I used was me interpreting the colors that I see here in Greenland. So that's why it's called Arctic Lights. I know that was a long, drawn out story. Thank you, Steve, for the support. So that's how I came about making it. And then that morphed into me going on YouTube because she started making videos of the mandala. And so I started looking at some of the videos of the mandala whenever I would get stuck. If I got stuck on a stitch or something like that, I would go and watch the video. And one day when the video ended on one of those, a video popped up that said it had Yvette's face on it. And it says, come join me for an unboxing. I have several or something like that. And I went and watched the video. And she was unboxing a Sew Sampler box, a Cotton Cuts Classic box, a Sweetwater quilt label envelope, and then she started talking about Cotton Cuts PMQ. And so that's how I came about getting involved in the quilting part. What do y'all think about that block before I sew it? Right now it's sitting in there wrapped in a sheet. It's going to be moved to our community center on Saturday because there's a show on Sunday, and I was invited to show my mandala. And so this morning what was going on this morning is she needed a picture of me, the name of my mandala, a picture of the mandala because there's going to do some advertising, and I'm welcome to sell. If I have something to sell, I can sell something. So I think I'm going to take my pot holders that I crocheted and sell, we'll see if I can sell any of them. And if not, I might give them to people as a gift. All right, so everybody likes my block? Thank you, everyone. All right, let's sew this together. So that's how the mandala came about. And I've made 2 other mandalas, smaller mandalas since then. I don't know if you saw these or not, but after I finished the big mandala, I made this mandala. and this mandala. Make sure I got it facing the right direction. Yeah, this mandala. Now that I got distracted, make sure I got this pointed the right way. Yeah. Thanks for the mandala story. I've always wanted to ask. Yeah, you guys can ask anything you want. I don't mind talking about it. I can tell you that I when I finished it and it sat put away for a while because I didn't know how I knew how I wanted to mount it, but I didn't have access to anything that I could mount it on. And then someone brought over a wood frame, and when I tried to mount it on a square wood frame, oh no, that just I couldn't, because it was pulling the mandala out of the shape that it was in. And then someone, I was talking about it on my Facebook, and someone says, well, what about a hula hoop? Can you buy hula hoops there? And I said no, but then when I went to California in 2018, I just happened to walk in Walmart. I was there. I think I was there in the spring, I think, or either the fall. I don't remember which. And the store had a bunch of hula hoops, and they were packed in small boxes, yay so big, and you just had to unroll them out of the box. And so I bought two of them because when I checked the size of the hula hoop, it wasn't quite big enough, because my mandala is about 120 centimeters across. And so I bought two of them, and then I got it here. And me and Nikolai got, the one of them cut into 3/4, because I needed only about this much of an additional part of it. And then I realized I didn't have enough connectors where you put them on the inside of the hula hoop to join the two ends together. And I posted on my Facebook. I said, I thought I was going to hang up my mandala today, and it didn't happen. And so one of my friends that I've known a long time, she messaged me. She asked me what was going on, and I told her. She says, you know what? I'll send the connectors too. She went to the hardware store, bought connectors because she knew what diameter the hula hoop was, mailed them to me, and I got the connectors inside the hula hoop so that we could connect everything. Then it took me 2 days to sew the mandala onto the hula hoop, and then me and Nikolai mounted it on the wall. And it's been on the wall since 2018. It's not heavy, it's just big. And it took me a long time to sew it all on, because I had to use the bed, because I didn't have a table big enough at the time to lay it on top of a table to sew it all together. So I sat on my edge of my bed for two, I got one half it done, and then we laid it somewhere. And then the next day I finished it, and finally I got all of it sewn on. And then, as I said, we decided to mount it on this wall over here. I learned a lot between the Sophie's Universe and the mandala skills. There was stitches I had never made in my life, and so I really enjoyed it. What I loved most, though, about the whole thing was, and which you see me do all the time here with my blocks, I don't pre-plan anything. Like tonight, you saw me audition some fabric, cut it, now I'm sewing it together. There was no pre-planning of what color I was going to use in this block. And I tend to do all of my sewing that way. I don't, except for maybe and even with the Cali and Co, I followed the pattern sorta, but I still um mixed up my colors more different than what most people would have done. I didn't stay on that what I call copycatting the same colors. And don't take offense to that word. So it all comes from in here, I think. Did I just bore you guys to tears? All right. This is supposed to be like this. No tears here, ha ha. As Kate Damas says, no, not at all. Teresa, hello, hello. Man, I got really close to the edge of that point. I mean, real close. I mean, it is kissing that seam. Should I leave it like that? Yep, I think I'm gonna leave it alone. I don't think it'll be all right. It will be fine. I know what I can do. I can turn this seam the other direction. There, that's much better. Okay, I'll put this here. Rita says, I am trying to figure out if that block you are doing has another name. I am loving that block. I don't know if it has another name or not. You're asking the wrong one on that one. But I do think we should go through that box that I bought, this newest box, and look at those blocks. Because there's probably going to be some interesting blocks in there we could play with. Katie, think about the block in miniature size for that other channel sew along. Yeah, could do that because it'd be small enough. Because these are 2.5, so you could take it down to 1.5. So, yep, it has potential to do that. All right, now we're going to join these to these, and then we'll sew on the horizontal, or yeah, on the horizontal. Google lens the block, Rita. also known as. See what time is it? Can someone check and see what time would help me for a minute? Can someone look and see what time William's going live or if he's already gone live? Because if he's going live soon, I could just send all of y'all that way. Like I said, that little square in a square is just sitting right there kissing that seam just about. In about an hour. Really? Williams channel is 45 minutes from now. Okay, thank you. Right. All right. I gave up doing the time zone thing. Lainey, it is beautiful. Want to let you know I really love this pattern. Thank you for sharing. Oh, you're welcome. It is pretty. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it over and press it so I can get these seams right here along these outer edges flat. And then we're gonna sew the rest of this block together. You could definitely see that friendship star sitting in there. All right, let's go ahead and start sewing this together. You picked the right colors too. They really are nice colors. Thank you. Uh-oh, I pulled that one side out. Darn. Wondering if I got blocked somehow, says Denise. Blocked from what? I haven't posted much today. I don't know what you mean, Denise. Yeah, you might have to, maybe refreshing the channel will help. Wonder if the dog has some Australian Shepherd in it. I would venture to say timber wolf and husky. Okay. We're about ready to sew this here in just a second. Hey there, Ace. Welcome back. Uh-oh. Look, y'all. I lost to Bobbage again. But I did go quite a distance with it before that happened. I figured that was going to happen. Okay. Where's the end of this thread at? All right, that means we got to repin this side together and sew it back, and I'm gonna take it back in the direction. Yeah, we're gonna do that like that. Denise posted a couple of photos on my community area on my channel. Oh, cool. Alrighty, now we can take this over to the iron here and press it after I get a hold of it with my fingers first. Yeah. We're almost done with this block. We're almost there. I'm just getting these pins so I can get everything lined up the way I want it to be lined up. Get the side pinned. Ah, discovered its name, did you? So they're getting a second opinion before they do the surgery, huh? Okay, let's get this one sewn. And then we will have a completed block here. Oh, I caught the tip of that. Okay, let's take it over and press it. Okay, there you go, you guys. It's finished. Andrea says, another beautiful block. Thank you. This doesn't work. Rita says, I love that block. Wow. And Happy says, great block. So this completes all of the square and a square blocks. Let's see, let me see how many of those we had to make. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There was 12 of those blocks. I'm going to do something here. See if I can't clear some of the stuff off my desk. So y'all can get an idea of it. This does not mean all these blocks will not be sitting next to each other in this layout, but I want you to see the idea of the color range you're going to see in my quilt top. Let's see, will that show the whole thing or not? Maybe. If I'm lucky, you can get the whole thing in the screen. I won't be able to get all 12 of them on here. I just wanted you to see what a variation of blocks there is with the colors. There's 6.5 unfinished. And we're up to number 44. So there's 44 of these blocks total that are going to range in color. So now you kind of get an idea of what this is going to look like. Thank you. So now you see what you can do with batiks. I mean, this is what I live for. I tried to spotlight. I need someone to join. I need a third camera on here before I can spotlight. I tried. He won't let me. I love the background. Looks so good. Thank you, Jean. So what I'll do is I have this bigger design board over here that I've been using for my channel or members thing. I'll take the thing I'm working on and take it off. And then maybe Thursday I'll put a collection of these blocks on it so you guys can see it. And this is all from the Alice. Yes, it's from the Alice's in Wonderland. Yeah. That's funny. That looks white when it's not. It's turquoise. I'm kind of, I didn't, it wasn't, one of the things y'all heard me say is I wasn't sure about doing the dark background because I'm doing my socialites using a really light turquoise. It's even lighter than this. But I didn't expect this to look this way. It's okay. Love the blocks. See, there's this one in here too. I mean, I could sit here and pile a bunch of them up here on top of each other. But I definitely think this was the way to go with this sew along, using the dark background because it really highlights a lot of these batik colors. Katie, you are twisting my arms behind my back now that on that book. Since you're a fast sewer, it wouldn't surprise me one little bit if you didn't blow through 44 blocks. Anyway, I wanted you to see this now because this is only a portion of them. I mean, there is 44 blocks so far done. Katie, you are an enabler. Hey, I want to see other people doing batiks with this because it's beautiful. Do y'all want to see another set of blocks laid out here? Because I can bring up, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna lay out another set, a different set, so you can see. Because these were all with what they call a square and a square. So hold on a second. Let me pull out another set. Let's see what we have a lot of in here. Let's try this one. I'm watching the time. Ooh, never mind. I'm going to dump y'all into cat. Yep, it's time to go. I will tease you next time with some more. How about that? Remember to live, laugh, love, and dream. What do you do with all that? You make something beautiful, or you go do something for someone else so that they have a smile on their face, because you never know. You might change their whole world. Have a great night. See you over on Williams. You should be able to follow the link once I shut the live down. So hang on a second. And thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Yep, 5 minutes for William.